Welcome back to the Morning Blend. It's important for older adults to have safe and loving attention as they age. But the program we're about to tell you about takes good quality care to a whole other level. It is truly about making dreams come true. Paula Gibson is here to explain how it works. She is with Azura Assisted Living and Memory Care of Fox Point. Hi, Paula.
Hi, Molly. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I love looking at that graduation video a couple minutes ago. We're going to share more about that in a second. But first, just tell us a little bit about your enhanced assisted living and memory care that you offer there.
Our building in Fox Point is a home for seniors. And while we specialize in memory care, we do actually will be opening up a home or a household for enhanced assisted living. Those who may not have memory loss, but do have some medical needs and don't want to go into a nursing home. We're really proud of our award-winning memory care services that we offer at Fox Point and across the state. What we try and do is make this their home and give them purpose and engagement that is personalized to them. And that's what we're so proud to do. Our residents have a lot of fun and find a lot of joy every single day. And our Mosaic Dreams program is just one of the many things that we're able to do with our residents to really enhance their quality of life.
I've been there and agree with you. You deserve those awards because it feels like home. It is a true household. And which leads me to asking you, what if somebody's considering this type of care, what should you be looking for?
That's a really great question. A lot of families tend to look at the real estate. They look at the pictures on the walls and the paint and how it feels to them when they need to put themselves in their loved one's shoes. The pictures on the walls are not going to hug their loved one when they're having a bad day, and they're not going to laugh with them when they're having a good day. It's the caregivers. So a big part of that is, do the caregivers engage with the other residents when you're touring or going and visiting these places? And what is their training? Especially if you're looking at memory care, training is a big component of what we do at Azura. We offer over 100 hours of training in the first year to our team members. And it's based on our Mosaic philosophy, where every single part of the care and the engagement needs to be personalized to the resident. And we follow their Mosaic and keep it intact. That's our goal.
I love that. Let's talk about safety and let's talk about socialization. Two, I would think, very important things as you're considering this type of care.
It is. And again, so many people are focused on the real estate when they're looking, but they're also focused on the real estate of, well, mom's at home. We don't want to take mom out of home. But there comes a point where the walls of home are not supporting mom. It's the people that she needs support from, whether to keep her safe, to make sure she's taking her medications, that she's not starting a fire on the stove, or maybe even wandering away from home. So the safety is a big part of it. But an even bigger part is the socialization. We saw so much of that with COVID, with everyone being so isolated. In our homes, our residents were still out and engaging and laughing and playing games and just being together. And so we saw a really good atmosphere that grew within our homes. And we've continued it now that we're open and inviting guests in and entertainers. That's a big part of what senior living offers, is that socialization that every single person needs. And it gets harder as you get older.
Yeah, I think that's such a great point, that the challenges grow sometimes with age. Okay, we got to talk about this Mosaic Dreams program. We saw the graduation videos and we teased this earlier. Golf games, country music concerts. I even saw something about different activities that people are doing, a motorcycle ride that someone had always dreamed about. It's sort of like, what would be your best day ever? And then it seems like you do your best to safely make that actually happen.
Correct. So it's called Mosaic Dreams. We partner with a nonprofit organization called Second Wind Dreams to make our dreams come true. We ask our residents what their best day would be, and then we try and figure out how we can safely make that dream happen. This lady, her dream was always to graduate from college, but leaving our home was a really big deal for her. She didn't want to leave the home itself. So UW-Madison came down and actually presented her with an award. She actually believed in the power of education so much that she paved the way for her 8 grandchildren to go not only through college, but through graduate school.
Oh, that's amazing.
Amazing. And for weeks afterwards, she would actually show people her certificate of graduation, that she had graduated from college. So even though she has memory loss, that moment, the emotion of it stuck out with her and maintained for a very long time. And her family was so excited to be able to do this for her too.
I have chills just looking at the video and hearing the story, and just the work and the effort and the patience of putting all those grandkids through college is just unbelievable. And what it shows me is that you made it work for her. She didn't feel comfortable leaving her place of security. You brought it to her. It's like you care that much. It's not like, oh, you know, yeah, your dream is always to graduate from college. It never happened. Or what about the lady with the motorcycle ride? I mean, here's another example of safely making a dream come true.
Yeah, this actually just happened this past weekend up in the Eau Claire area. A resident loves the sound of a Harley or really any motorcycle. And her son had a motorcycle, but she couldn't get on one anymore. One of our former caregivers came back. She had a sidecar. We got her in the sidecar. We reached out to the local community, and a whole bunch of biking groups came and actually said a prayer over her before she took her ride and rode with her for safety. She had an amazing experience, and again, is still talking about it days later. It was wonderful.
Oh, Paul, I love what you guys do there, along with the, just the excellent care. And a helicopter ride. I remember that too.
Yep, we've done helicopter rides, golf games. We met Vince Gill, and he presented one of our residents with the country music's biggest fan. Brewers game, whatever they want to do, ice skating, whatever we can do. We try and make happen. And that gentleman, the bus driver, he actually had driven bus for 30 years and just wanted to go on his route one last time. The school district actually sent all the students out. We went by the school and they went and waved at him as he went by. It's amazing how the community comes together to support these dreams too.
I'm really impressed. Thank you so much for sharing that wonderful Mosaic Dreams program with us. It was great to talk to you today.
Thanks, Molly. Have a good day.
Absolutely. You too. And you can call Azura if you or someone you know could benefit from learning about their exceptional enhanced assisted living or memory care services. Here's the number. It's 414-376-5716. Or to donate to Azura's Mosaic Dreams program to make those dreams come true, you can go to this website. It's azuramemory.com/make-a-gift. There we go. Make-a-gift.